Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. For all of you who are just tuning in with me, hi, I'm Rose, and on this channel I deal with everything that has to do with divination. My previous videos dealt with what divination is and went from what tarot is and onward to what we are on today, which are oracle cards. With this video, it really can stand alone if you're already aware or are familiar with oracle decks. If you are not, if you're a complete beginner, then I implore you to go back to my channel and check out my previous videos. Start right from the beginning so that you know the history of tarot, divination, and then go into oracle decks because they do derive from those origins and they are quite different. But if you've been with me throughout my entire video series, then you know that today is the day that we are going to review one of my absolute favorite oracle decks. I'm so excited. All right, so the piece de resistance, one of my favorite oracle decks, the Halloween Oracle made by Stacey Demarco. It has like a little word that says lifting the veil between the worlds every night. I am a huge Halloween fanatic. Favorite holiday that technically apparently is not a holiday, but I digress. I feel like it should be a holiday. If you've been with me since the get-go, you probably kind of figured that Halloween was my thing because I also have a tarot deck that is Halloween based. So obviously I would need an oracle deck that's Halloween based. Like, come on, you just have to. You have to. And I'm one of those people who just need to. It is absolutely a beautifully done deck. I mean, the artwork, the box itself, like as you can see, it is huge. For those of you who were with me in the beginning, you guys saw the two decks from Doreen Virtue. You saw how they were a little bit larger than the normal standard tarot deck. This deck is even larger. It is almost the size of like a DVD case, just maybe a little bit, not even DVD. I would want to say a Blu-ray box. This deck is really great. It's sturdy. It comes in a really nice package. The back, I mean, honestly, well, it's back right here. Honestly, beautiful. It gives you a couple of the cards that are in there and a little bit of a blurb of the author and the person and the actual deck itself. This deck has 36 cards. So like I said from the previous video, oracle decks have no rules. So they range anywhere from like 10 cards to 50, 70, 80, 90. There are no rules here. They can do whatever they want. This deck particularly has 36 illustrated cards with a guidebook with the meanings. It really has all aspects of Halloween tradition, not just Halloween, but also they do derive from the Mexican holiday Dia de los Muertos. So it is absolutely beautiful. The imagery is so good, but why am I going to talk about it when I could just show you this beautiful deck? Honestly, this is like, I'm not sponsored, but if they want to sponsor me, hi, hello, send me a DM. I love this deck. All right, so first off, we've got this beautiful guidebook. As you can see, it's quite large. It's thin, which is really great. But again, it's like really cute. It's got bats and, you know, hats and all things that you would think about when you think of traditional Halloween. Well made, really cute, really great. Honestly, it's it gives me like 90s Disney vibes, like Hocus Pocus vibes, like Halloween Town vibes. It's just so immaculate. When you open it up, obviously you've got your table of contents with all of the cards alphabetically. And then when you go into it, was really great in this book. Now, if I could just hold it, it's a little difficult. Ooh. As you can see, they've got like beautiful illustrations in the book in itself with a little blurb about, the deck and where it all started. It gives you even a little history on Halloween or any kind of celebration done within that time frame, which is really great for people who may not have that. Also, as someone who is self-proclaimed, I don't want to say I'm obsessed, but I'm kind of obsessed with Halloween. A great movie or book is The Halloween Tree. Got some great fun history to watch. Just saying, if you're missing Halloween, like I tend to do all the time, family fave, or single faves, whatever fave. It is an awesome thing, but we're getting derailed. Anyways, in this booklet, it tells you how to use the deck or one way to use the deck, because again, I'm kind of like, you vibe it, do what you feel. And it also gives you some ways of doing divination readings. It gives you some spreads, like the 3-card spread, the jack-o'-lantern divination spread. Really great to start you off. And then it'll go through the cards. And again, these beautiful black and white pictures. And then what you'll have is you'll have like a little picture of the card. It'll give you what is said on the card, a little bit of like a poem, and then it'll give you the synopsis of what that card entails. Really great book to have, great reading. It not only gives you the symbolism and, the history of what these cards mean, but beforehand, which is really great because it gives you a really good attunement to that reading and what this card is going to give you. And it's like a fun little, trivia day. I like trivia. If you like trivia, this is the deck for you. And then it'll give you what the message means for that particular reading that you're doing. Like I said in the previous video, most Oracle decks are either specific or not, or they're really theme-based. This is a theme-based Oracle that you can use for any reading, any type of reading at all. It's just based and themed hardcore as Halloween. But you can use it for anything. You can use it for like romantic, career, general, anything. It is absolutely versatile deck. Just really steeped in Halloween. Kind of like tarot is steeped in mythology. Let's get into the deck now. Ooh, look at these cards. Okay. So as you can tell, or I hope you can tell through, that a lot of Oracle decks, unlike tarot decks are usually not laminated, don't have like a sheen or any type of thing on the card to make them shiny or reflective. Most Oracle cards, for some reason, do. Don't know why, can't tell you why, but if you really want to know, send a message at the bottom and I'll look it up for you guys. But anyways, as you can see, the back of the deck is absolutely beautiful. Again, it's got like that really cute, I want to say like Halloween 90s vibes. I'm a 90s baby, so I'm all about that 90s vibe. It's got ghosts, it's got bats, it's got cats, it's got, all things Halloween. I just love it. I'm sorry. I can't gush enough about this deck. And then as you can see from the difference that I was trying to show you guys, Doreen's Virtue decks usually have, again, a picture, and then it's got like the title, and then on it will have like a blurb. This one is more in a style of like tarot, but not and what I mean by in the style of tarot is it won't have the blurb. It just has the picture and then the name of the card. And then in this one, it usually has one or two, like profound words that deal with that card. So if you're gotten to a point where you're really familiar with the deck or familiar with decks in general and you don't want to go to the guidebook, it's got like a little quick synopsis that will help you let you know what that card really entails. But with this deck, you're more inclined to be using that guidebook. It really is going to help you out with your readings. I've had this deck for years and I still use the guidebook when doing readings, just because I like that extra extra, little message. You can use your intuition. It's pretty great, especially if you know a lot of the history. But again, if you don't, with Oracle decks, the great thing is the guidebook's right there, and it's got so much information and is there to help you anyways. But as you can see, so on these cards, you've got like the hearth, which is happiness in our hearts and homes. And if you know any of the background, it'll tell you all about what the hearth means in traditional Halloween or even traditional pagan households or like back in the day. And it'll tell you what this means, what you can do to help bring that forth in your life if you're needing it. And depending on what the reading tells you. Really great cards. They're a little thinner and a little bit more easy to manage than the other two decks that I had. Again, you got the Lady de los Muertos, like beautiful imagery, beautiful, just really showing different cultures and the great celebrations that they have for Halloween. As you can tell, I'm just all about it. And then you got like trick-or-treating. So like the really westernized, playful and mischievous view of Halloween. And then you've got like the spider and death and the apple, which kind of gives you like Disney vibes. Disney, don't come for me. With the risk and reward, like you think of, Snow White. Just amazing imagery and decks. The Skull of Light, you've got forgiveness. You even got a ghost, which is so great. Or even like the lamp or the lantern. Or you can just have like really great imagery of the Night Song, Hidden Talents, where it's got a cardinal. Amazing imagery. Again, a great thing about this deck as well is, okay, so I have small hands. I'm just a small, like I'm 5 foot nothing on a good day, so I don't have big hands. So if you're someone like me, I know the struggle. This deck is quite. It takes up your entire hand. If you're someone with larger hands or normal sized hands, what's it like being the favorite? First off. Second off, it would probably be easier for you to use. That's the one thing I would say about Oracle decks in general, because again, they're usually larger than tarot decks. One complaint as someone with small hands, but with this deck, because they're so thin and there's only 30 and change of them, they're actually quite easy to, or easier to manage and easier to shuffle. Unlike other decks, which, you have quite a lot of them, they're larger, but again, super easy, super great. Wear and tear isn't as bad as most, just because they don't have any extra on the sides or on the lining of the cards. Most of them will have like a sheen to them or a color. This one doesn't, which is great, so you don't see as much wear and tear. And it makes it easier and more flexible to use. And they're really great with reading. So like if I was doing a reading, I would just shuffle. And obviously almost see this, the one thing about having small hands and a big deck. Sometimes those types of shuffling is hard. But as you can see, you shuffle and you get a card. I've got 2. And basically how a reading would work is you would just get these cards. So I got the Owl, Wise Seeing, Wise Action, and the Mummy, Change. Ooh. I know, but I love them. I'm sorry. They're just so good. Okay. And then you would just go to your book. I would go to Owl, and then I would just look it up. I got to Mummy first, so we'll do Mummy first. Mummy first. Hi. And then as you can see in the book, it's actually quite long. It's almost 2 pages. You got the Mummy, Change. It says the sand in his mouth, the bandages wound, jealous of the living, eternal life abound. I mean, how can you not love that? Anyways, it just tells you a little bit about the ancient Egyptians and what they used to do with their dead and how they used to mummify them. And then it goes even to modern horror genres and how that came to be really in, pop culture today in Western society and even in society in general. And then, then you get into the actual divination, which is the last part. So you should pull the Moaning Mummy card from the deck. Know that change is inevitable and that no matter how hard you try, things will not be preserved exactly the same way. The card also indicates that this change will be for the better. The endings, the closed doors, the barriers. This is just a healthy pause and an indication that a change of tactics is needed. You are not cursed. You have just developed a pattern. You can take control and change it. What a great reading. Like if you were just like, what's happening, that would be what you get. Awesome deck. 10 out of 10, even with the fact that I have small hands and the deck is massive. 10, but I'm biased. But honestly, great deck. I live in Canada, so I got it in Canada. I don't actually remember how much it was, nor does it really say in the book. Or does it? No. There's no price here, and I don't actually remember how much I spent on it. It may actually be in the book. It may not. Let's look, shall we? Oh, also in the back of the book, you can see that they've got other Oracle decks that I kind of want to see if I can get. Also from Stacey Demarco. Honestly, amazing artist. Can't see how much the deck is, but I will quickly look it up for you guys and put it in a comment below if you want to really know how much the deck is. But again, most decks are around the $20, $25 range before tax. That's in Canada, CAD, or the US dollar. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know the exchange rate. I got this at Indigo Chapters. So again, in the States, that would be Barnes and Nobles, I want to say. Right into the spiritual section where you would find it. Again, I feel like you could also find this on Amazon. I mean, we are in a pandemic, so that would probably be your better bet. Or once the pandemic's gone and we can live our lives a little bit more like normal, but what is normal anymore? You could get it probably at any spiritual shop or even buy it from the Stacey Demarco. I believe she does have a website. If not, I did get it at Indigo Chapters. Great place. Awesome. And she has other decks there. I hope you guys like that review. I know I went a little bit in depth, but I mean, it's Halloween. All of us have our thing, and that's my thing. As you probably can tell. The next video, we will be doing a reading, and I will not be using these deck. I will be using another Oracle deck just so you can see how versatile and completely different all Oracle decks are compared to tarot. So that'll be my next video for you guys. Got any comments, concerns, questions? Leave it below and I will answer you as quickly as I can, either through a response or through a video series if it's something where you need clarification or more information. And if you don't want to leave a question or comment below, you can find me at any of my other social media. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. All of those are on my channel near my bio. And you can send me a DM with your question, concern, or if you just want to chat about, Oracle decks, tarot decks, divination in general, I will try to get you as soon as I possibly can with all that information. And don't forget to subscribe below and make sure that, that little bell is on so you get all the notifications so you don't miss out on all of my new content that comes Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of each week. Or at least I try to. I hope to see you guys in our next video where we do a little reading with another deck that I'm just going to keep as a surprise. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Bye, guys.